Stand by for signal.
According to the laws of esoteric demonology, attention is a doorway. To read an entity's true name is to invoke a sympathetic link, drawing its awareness directly to the listener. The following recovered audio logs contain the unredacted name and lore of a parasitic observer. If you feel the sudden weight of eyes upon you while listening, you are advised to stop immediately.
The following are the audio logs of J.D. Smith, recovered following his disappearance. Have you ever walked into a room you weren't supposed to be in? It can be something as benign as someone being on the phone and having a private call. Or you walk into a gym class during a wrestling tournament, and some uptight chick at the door tells you to get the fuck out. Or you could see something that you weren't supposed to see. Someone changing, someone using the bathroom, you get the idea. But what if you were to walk in on something malignant, like your best friend cheating on his wife or a fresh murder scene? When you're somewhere you don't belong, you either get caught or you don't. If you manage to sneak back out, perhaps closing the door as quietly as possible and slinking back down the hall, weighed down by the unwanted knowledge that's just been unwrapped like coal on Christmas. But what if you get caught? It can vary from being told rather rudely to exit the premises. It could be a scream and an awkward secret between you and a family friend you can't quite look in the eye anymore. Or the consequences could be more severe. You lose everything. All this to say, be careful what doors you peek into. You might get caught. This is the thesis of my upcoming story, The Pariah. It's gonna have everything. Demons, infidelity, and a tragic conclusion that will leave my audience shaken. Here's the thing about demons. There's plenty to choose from. You don't even need to make anything up yourself. Just hit up some random Wikipedia page and boom, you got yourself a grounded haunt that will make your readers scared to keep reading. The more I filter out my options, the more certain of my choice I am. Vishmak. It's catchy, sort of rolls off the tongue. Here's the Wikipedia. Vishmak, meaning the unseen witness, or one at the threshold, is a minor entity in earlier Mesopotamian and apocryphal Abrahamic demonology. Unlike more prominent figures associated with physical possession or disease, Vishmak is categorized in occult literature as an observer entity, primarily tied to the concepts of hidden sin, paranoia, and the fear of discovery. Fits my story to a T, without the effort of making my own monster, so to speak. This will be my third and possibly last published novel, depending on the success or failure. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. My first couple of stories were dead on arrival. I could blame a poorly timed release date or perhaps my editor for not giving better feedback. But at the end of the day, in honest retrospect, they just sucked. I can't look back and tell you that they didn't get the reception they deserved. But this is the one. I can feel it. I'll have a Stephen King quote talking about how I gave him the chills, right under the New York Times bestseller logo. Just wait and see. It's stupid, I know. But as I work on my story, I keep needing to stop. I find myself hearing noises throughout my empty home. Nothing on the nose, but an electrical beep or the sound of a door rattling. I have a cat, so it's not uncommon for her to get stuck in a room and reach her paw under the door in an attempt to open it, but when I go to investigate, it seems to have been nothing. Or perhaps the thing making the noise simply moved on. You can't blame a guy for feeling paranoid alone at night, writing about an entity such as I am. I can only hope that my readers feel the same sense of being watched as I do right now, like a tickle on the back of my neck. I suppose, as I go into detail, that this audio log will no doubt be used in my documentary one day about how genius my writing is. And I'll delve into my own past to tell how such a man as myself could come to a solitary existence. I work the evening shift as the shift lead at a grain mill. An exhausting and isolating job that is the final proverbial nail in the coffin for my social life. My own family hasn't spoken to me since my divorce. Good riddance the bad company, I say. Family is supposed to be on your side, no matter what. I won't get into the gritty details. Suffice to say that I lead a lonely existence. I desperately need the story to succeed. My agent assures me that I have talent and my day will come, but to be honest, this is my Hail Mary. After this, I got nothing. Not a good feeling to be at the end of my rope so early in my writing career, but here we are, dangling in thin air, choking on one failure after another. I'm making good progress on this one, though, despite my own cowardice tied to the subject matter. There's that rattling again. I could have sworn that I saw my cat walking down the hall. Maybe she managed to get herself stuck in that room all over again. When I opened the door, there was nothing. Surely the cat wasn't shaking the door to get in. Who knows with cats anyway? I haven't been sleeping well. As I lay in bed, I can swear that I hear the careful footsteps of someone not wanting to be heard. But when I get up to investigate, there's nothing. Perhaps I'm letting the story get to me, but for the first time in a long time, I don't feel alone in my house. I find myself peeking over my shoulder as I brush my teeth in the mirror. I'm hesitant to pull the shower curtains back for fear of what I might see. I'll be glad to have the story written and put out so that I can likewise put it out of my mind. As I sit and write, I keep hearing noises in my usually silent house. I'm racked with the pervading feeling of being watched. Maybe if I research my chosen demon some more, I can put my restless mind at ease. I fucked up. I think I fucked up bad. Reading further into the article, nor does the entity demand altar or burning offering. The threshold is unsealed solely by the hand of the scribe. The true name, written or inscribed upon parchment, paper, or slate, takes root only when brought into physical resonance with the architect's unconfessed sin. The hidden letter, the sealed verdict, the private token of betrayal left unburnt upon the desk. My divorce papers. I keep them on my desk. They say write what you know, and that's what I try to do. No matter the subject matter or how painful the memory. My wife left me 5 years ago, after I was caught in the act of infidelity by a close friend. Our eyes met briefly as he tried to close the door as silently as possible. I've been alone ever since. I suppose in a way I don't blame my family for disowning me. The thought of grandchildren dashed to eternity and a family lineage that ends with me. A disgrace. I can't deny this feeling of being watched anymore. I don't know, it's not a feeling of judgment, it's like someone you hate is suffering. You feel a sick sense of enjoyment from it. I feel my shame in my chest clawing to get out. I'm afraid that if I breathe too deeply, like my ribs will snap from the pressure. I feel like I carelessly invited something in, and it's over my shoulder even now. Reading each word with a sense of satisfaction and anticipation. I'm gonna keep pushing on. I've gotten so far and I'm almost done. Maybe once the story's complete, I'll be free. story is complete, but it still watches. It stands over me in my sleepless nights, head pulled under my covers and curled into a ball. The rising sun provides no relief. It's always watching. I desperately try to keep my home completely lit, but it doesn't hide in the shadows. It just stays out of sight and watches. There's one place that I can think of where it can't see me, where it can enjoy me. I'll go there tonight.
This was the last audio log of J.D. Smith. His body was recovered from the bottom of the grain silo where he worked. It appears that he intentionally triggered a grain engulfment that took him to the bottom of 33,000 pounds of grain. The security cameras at the plant capture Smith engaging the auger and then deliberately laying down on top of the pile. He was soon dragged down. No versions of the Pariah were ever found, handwritten or on Smith's hard drives. It is unknown what became of the story, or if he had even been working on one at all. Smith's family and ex-wife refused to comment to the press on his passing.